Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a while since I've checked in with you, so first of all, let me apologize for not, posting an immediate draft reaction video. Like it's been since before the draft. That was the last time I checked in with you guys, so again, I apologize. I think that a lot of people's immediate draft reactions might have been negative and just kind of whimsical because a lot of people freaked out and had, a lot of negative opinions, and we'll talk about some of those things. Not really the negative opinions, I don't really care too much about that, but I want to talk about, the process leading up to, the process leading up to, like, the Bills selecting Josh Allen, where Josh Allen fits, with A.J. McCarron, Nathan Peterman, how in that offense, what I expect, as we head into training camp, and it's sort of like a draft review, training camp preview video. So since we're talking about the quarterbacks, let's start right there. The Bills drafted Josh Allen 7th overall. They moved up with the Buccaneers. They traded their second-round picks to the Bucs for the 7th overall pick. They selected Josh Allen with Josh Rosen still on the board. Now, I guess if you're looking at that negatively, why are you looking at that negatively? Because I talked about in my preview video, I know that I think it's beneficial for the Bills to definitely come away with one of those four guys. So are you upset that it's not Rosen? Are you upset that it is Allen? Or are you upset that, like, Rosen slid so we could have got Rosen? Like, anyway, you got to talk me through that. Because I could see the argument for, maybe wanting Rosen over Allen. Because I thought Rosen, personally, was the most pro-ready, the most ready to play. And he still might not. Sam Bradford might get that gig right off the bat. So, I mean, that remains to be seen. But my point still stands. I thought that Rosen was the most pro-ready. And that Allen, out of Rosen himself, Darnold, and Mayfield, is probably the least pro-ready. But it's looking like none of those guys might play Week 1. Darnold might, but the Jets supposedly promised the job to McCown. We'll see. Darnold very capable of winning that job. They also have Bridgewater on the roster. Mayfield probably not going to start Week 1 because of Tyrod. And then I just mentioned Rosen and Allen. So I'm in that boat. I like getting a quarterback a year to just see the game, see the NFL game. And it's annoying from like a patience standpoint, which I have none of as a fan. It's tough to have as a fan because you got this new thing and you want to see it now. And you can probably see it, you'll see it in training camp, you'll see it in the preseason. But I think he'll probably at some point play in the regular season, but it's just, I don't think it's wise, honestly, to start him right away. Unless, here's where my, this unless part, I hope a couple of things. That Josh Allen is so good that Sean McDermott's like, I can't not play this guy. Because he's just way better than A.J. McCarron, he's way better than Nathan Peterman, I have to play him. Or that A.J. McCarron and or Nathan Peterman is just good enough to the point where it's like, I can't justify putting the rookie in right now because these guys are just playing, these guys are making each other better through competition. Now, hopefully, you like the old adage that competition makes things better. Hopefully that's the case. In the case of Allen specifically, like I said, I am with that whole, give him the whole season, then he gets the whole off season, then the whole, because the draft cramps the off season. You don't really have the January to April part of it, which a lot of guys, go on vacations and stuff, and there's different things, and mini camps and whatnot. But you get, there's other things going on for him, like draft interviews, prep, things that are just not specific to each team. Like, he meets with specific teams, but he's got so much coming into his head. So now he's got one team, the Bills. So now he sits through rookie minicamp. Maybe he plays in camp. Maybe he gets some action towards the end of this season. Maybe he plays. It's tough to say. I can't even give you a prediction of how I think the Bills are going to be because I don't even know who the quarterback is going to be. I think it could be any one of those three guys. But with Allen, if he sits the whole season, watches the game happen, that, for somebody who is like a project or has been labeled a project, that seems like something that could be like so beneficial to his development, because you traded up to get him. You trust yourself. Like, I get that part of it. Like, that's the part that I think fans don't get, is like, they trust themselves as coaches. It's like, you look at it and like, well, Allen's kind of a project. He's going to need a lot of coaching. Well, okay, the Bills have coaches. Like, they trust themselves to be good coaches. That's why they have the jobs. If you don't instill that confidence in your coaches, maybe that's why they got rid of Rick Dennison. Because they're like, no, I don't want, maybe Sean McDermott was like, I really don't want Rick Dennison touching this new quarterback. I need somebody new, a new mind in there. So we got Dable. So now that Dable and Allen are tied together, like, that is a relationship hopefully for years to come. And getting back to my original point, if Allen sits a year in the offense, goes to January, February, and then he gets that whole offseason again, the mini camps, the OTAs, another training camp under his belt, then I think he's ready to play. And if you're looking at like McCarron's contract, like 2 years, $10 million, like, that screams backup money to me. That is like telling me, like, we have no problem getting rid of you after 1 year. Or I'm assuming he makes the opening day roster unless he flames out in camp. I doubt they'd go into the season with just Peterman and Allen, but they've surprised us before. Cutting Jonathan Williams, trading Sammy Watkins. I don't know why I let off with one instead of the other, but trading Ronald Darby on the same day as Sammy Watkins. So, like I said, I don't know how to tell you how they're going to be good. If they're going to be good. How they're going to be good? On defense, probably. And a little bit of weaponry on offense. Like, see, this is where I'm jumping around a little bit, but I just want to put this out there. Like, I'm seeing so many articles. Like, USA Today thing just said the Bills are going to be 3-13. I've seen another thing. I think it was, I can't remember. It might have been, it escapes me right now. I apologize. Football Outsiders or something like that. Maybe even Pro Football Focus. Like, the Bills could be one of the worst teams in the league. How? And that's a Tyrod Taylor effect. Like, I've talked about this ad nauseum, so pardon me for not really wanting to do it again. But, like, just because we have Tyrod Taylor, don't have Tyrod Taylor, might throw more interceptions, but we might also score more points. And we might also allow less points because our defense should be better. Like, you replace Tyrod with, Adrian McCarron / Josh Allen / Nathan Peterman. You replace Mike Tolbert with Chris Ivory. Whatever. You replace, Eric Wood with Russell Bodine, maybe Ryan Garoy. You replace Richie Incognito with Wyatt Teller, maybe Marshall Newhouse. Wyatt Teller, the 4th highest rated guard in the draft. Like, you replace E.J. Gaines with Vontae Davis. You replace Preston Brown with Tremaine Edmonds. You replace Cedric Thornton / Adolphus Washington / whoever with Star Latulele. And you add Trent Murphy, a veteran pass rusher. Like, why are they worse? Where? Show me where. Quarterback? So maybe they'll punt less and score more and throw more interceptions. It'd be like, I don't know, a combination of all those things. I guess that's what I expect. That is what I expect. Now that the Bills don't have Tyrod Taylor, I expect them to score more, punt less, and throw more interceptions. It's just finding the balance. But, like, there's no reason, like, why do they go from 9-7 to, like, oh, we're the worst team in the league now, making all those additions? I don't know. Like, none of them are going to blow you off the page or anything, but, like, well, like, Tremaine Edmonds might. There's a good segue. Like, Tremaine Edmonds, like, that's a slam dunk pick to me. However, if he... That's big. Like, that's a big position, middle linebacker. They're expecting, like, a 20-year-old to be the middle linebacker. And that part is a little nerve-wracking, just from the standpoint that, like, if he's not good, the defense as a whole might suffer from it because you have a big hole in the middle of the defense. That said, look at the guy. Looks like he was chiseled out of granite. He's 20 years old. He's like 6'4", 250. How? How? Man, genetics, man. They're crazy. But like you put him next to Milano and Lorenzo Alexander, and you know you got Latulele, Kyle Williams back to keep him clean. Like the secondary all returns. You added Davis, like again with Hyde, Poyer, and Tre'Davious White. Like they should be better on defense, right? If McDermott is working with Edmonds, like maybe he worked with Kuechly in Carolina, like that's where it goes back to. Like they got their Cam, they got their Kuechly. Like that, they got the quarterback of the offense, the quarterback of the defense. And will it translate to wins right away? No, but like I'm looking at this overall picture. I don't mean to say no. I mean maybe it might. I'm looking at this overall picture and it just feels like we have a head coach and GM who know what they're doing. Like they have a firm grasp on things in the locker room, out of the locker room, on the roster, off the roster, on the coaching staff, all of that. I know I say trust the process, like I trust them, period. I don't need to just trust the process, I trust them. I trust you, Sean McDermott. I trust you, Brandon Beane. You brought us to the playoffs for the first time in 17 years. There's no other coach before you could do. And, the word culture, I think, is, I don't know about misused, but just overused in sports, but that's kind of what you did. You flipped the culture on us. And for that, we're grateful. Continuing through the draft real quick, I guess. Harrison Phillips, by the way, another one. Harrison Phillips, the Bills probably just want Kyle Williams to teach to be him. Just be me. That's perfect transition to me, or for me, I guess. Fourth round, Taron Johnson, I apologize if I mispronounced that. Possible slot corner who good ball skills, quickness to the ball, easy to see why anybody would like him. Saran Neal, some safety/corner depth for them. Round 5, Wyatt Teller, I brought up earlier, might push for a starting job. In fact, I think he will push for a starting job. Round 6 was Ray McLeod, receiver, and then round 7, Austin Kroll, receiver. I'm not sure what to think of either of them. Ray McLeod, a good return man. How much will he contribute on offense? It's tough. It's tough to say with 6 and 7 round picks. I like the pick of Austin Kroll because his father was pretty good and consistent, and I think that experience will be good for Austin Kroll. I'm by no means saying he's like, it might take snaps away from Brandon Riley. Oh my God. I just don't I don't think the Bills are as bad off at receiver as people are trying to make them out to be. They're not great at it, but I like Benjamin. He's, not like a lot of the other guys in the 2014 draft class. I like Zay. I like Zay. I think Zay's a pretty good candidate for, I don't even know, would you even call it a bounce back year? Like Tyrod just didn't throw him catchable passes most of the season. Maybe let's see what happens when he gets catchable passes. Andre Holmes, I don't know. Rod Streeter, I don't know. You got a couple I don't knows in there because they're veterans. I really like Malachi Dupree. If you've been following me on Twitter for the last year and a half, I tweet about him. Not all the time, but like when I tweet about him, it's very positive. I really think the kid can play. So I hope he gets a chance. I know he's going to get a chance because the position is so wide open. A lot of people seem to like Robert Foster. He seems to be a favorite, mostly because Dable had him in Alabama. So that's possible. I just have no clue who's going to make it. Like, you got to think that Kelvin and Zay are probably locks. And then after that, there's the Holmes, the Streeter, the Dupree, the Ray McLeod, the Austin Proles, the Brandon Rileys. Like, there's 8. The Kalen Clays. Did I say Foster? I don't even know. Like, they have... Oh. I'm interested to see how that battle plays out. So, there's a lot of guys there knowing that they can rise to the depth chart, make this team just by showing out at training camp. So I'm encouraged there. I'm encouraged by it. Like, why wouldn't you be encouraged? You got unprovens. You kind of got unprovens at quarterback. I understand that. It's just, why are you so... why would any quarterback suffer from, like, having LaShawn McCoy, you know, and just to touch on his thing, get all the facts. I'm certainly not discrediting his ex-girlfriend, but I'm not going to discredit him either. It seems kind of fishy. Maybe on both ends. I don't know. Gather the facts. I mentioned this about the Zay Jones TMZ thing. Like, gather the facts. And then just sort of see what happens from there. I'm under the assumption he's going to play. Really, I am. But anyway, how does no quarterback benefit from having LaShawn McCoy, Deion Dawkins, Kelvin Benjamin, Zay Jones, Charles Clay? Like, those are weapons. Like Travaris Cadet, pass-catching running back. Chris Ivory, running back with experience. I don't like. What? Where's their, like, I get that that's not on par with a lot of other, like, receiving cores, but, like, those are not bad players. Just because they're not A-list players doesn't make them, like, or, like, A-plus list players, you know, making the most money in the league, even though LaShawn McCoy sort of is. He's one of the best running backs in the league, so you have him. And then, maybe I'm just talking about receivers specifically. You have Charles Clay, who I think is a pretty good player, that Tyrod Taylor, that even on film we've seen, just didn't see sometimes. But he's a nightmare, you know, matchup for most people because he's just got this basketball build to him. He can box people out. He's quicker than he looks. Like, I'm excited about him. Again, even though he's been on that team 3 years. Kelvin Benjamin, healthy, hopefully. Like, not with his knee bothering him, like, at, you know, 70% speed or whatever he was at some points throughout last year. Zay Jones, healthy again, not playing with a labrum injury. And then, like, a couple of receivers who are really going to earn spots on this roster because that's how the positions are going to be given out. So, I'm not telling you they're going to be a top 10 offense, guys, but I'm just, like, to think that they're going to average, like, 14 points a game, I think is stupid. And I'm just saying that just to say that. I've never actually seen anybody print that anywhere. But, like, I don't know, what are you guys looking forward to as training camp approaches? Like, you want to see Josh Allen? Like, you know, preseason starts in just a couple of weeks. So, hopefully, I'm glad the first preseason game is at home because hopefully we get to see Josh Allen for, like, the entire second half. Because I really just want to watch him and just see what he does. Like, I know that he has this incredible arm strength. He can throw from places that, like, most quarterbacks can't do, but that was, like, Jay Cutler, too. But then there's, like, guys like Cam Newton, who the Panthers had, and Bean and McDermott had. You know, I expect to be impressed by Josh Allen. I expect to have moments of Josh Allen where I'm like, that is not acceptable. But, like, that's how it's just trial and error with him. This is grooming. I don't really like to use the word developing. I think it's that culture developing, overused. Like, you should. This is like just an overused tweet. We should let Josh Allen sit and develop. Like, just like that? Oh, okay. You're right. We should let Josh Allen sit and develop. It's like almost like he's just going to develop just by sitting. There's just like no thought into that. There's just like, oh, we'll just let him develop. Because he's going to evolve as he, by not even playing. We didn't even need to bring him to the stadium. Just let him develop. Sorry, I didn't spend a whole minute on that or whatever, but whatever. Like, I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see Cincinnati Bengals in preseason. Might be the first team to ever get a round of applause as they come out of the tunnel. Andy Dalton's probably going to get slapped up by Bills fans. Tyler Boyd the same. There's going to be signs and stuff. That'll be wild. I'm glad the NFL was cool and gave us that. But, like, what are you guys looking forward to this season? With, you know, games that you're looking forward to specifically. Like, I think we have a tough week 3, week 4 at Minnesota, at Green Bay. That's tough. At Baltimore to start the season, it's tough. But, like, why is everybody always so high on Baltimore? That's just my thing. Like, they're so average to me. They're beatable. They're so beatable. And so are the Bills. So, if people must look at the Bills the same way. I don't know, guys. I'm just giving you ideas. I haven't been on, you know, I haven't posted a video in like 3 months, 4 months, so I just want to talk to you guys. Let's see, what are we talking about? What do we think of Allen? What do we think of the receivers? What do we think of our depth? You know, what do we think of our development, if you will? All right, guys, follow me on Twitter. My YouTube username and Twitter handle are the same thing. Talk to you guys on there. as always, go Bills.